Hello, it is Lord Haywire. I'm streaming some 2D 4X like I do on most weekends. This is a game I'm making. It's a strategy game, a 2D 4X game, if you can believe that. I guess the time changed. Threw me all off because my phone doesn't tell me that the time changed, but then I walked through my kitchen and my oven had a different time. It's kind of weird that they can do that. They, being the world, that they can suddenly just change the time on you, and you would have no idea that it happened. Yeah, I don't know who came up with the time change idea, but it was a stupid idea, and I wish they would just get rid of it. It's pointless. And, I read about it, and it's not, they always say it was for farmers or something, but I don't think it was. When I read about it, it was some other weird reason. Anyways, we have a bug in here. And this game's open source. It's in Godot C#. But we had a bug that I saved from last time. I didn't stream yesterday because I decided to get drunk on. I don't drink that much anymore. Pretty much once a year, I'll get shithoused. And I decided to get drunk Halloween night. And I was too hungover next day. But we have a bug here. It looks like my brain's still not recovered, even though I had a full day of recovery. All I did yesterday was sit around and play CK3 because it's like the easiest game on the planet. Very little brain thought. In fact, that's the whole thing with it. Every time I play CK3, I get more disappointed with how it operates. It's kind of sad. CK2 is like one of my favorite games. Anyways, I guess EU5 is coming out. Europa Universalis 5. Yeah, anyways. It looks like we're having a problem here. On the Battle 178. And I put this in here. And I opened up. We started like a new event thing. Last time or the time before. 178. Right here. Check if the hero has a last location. If he doesn't, check to see if it is still controlled by a faction. Now they randomly move. This was the one that I was having a problem with, huh? Can we do a null check here? Because that's what it said, right? Well, yep. Null. Oh, I should probably bring up. Okay. Should probably bring up my correct stuff. Oh, I never clicked this button over here. That's why this thing's open. Here we go. Got to get YouTube working. It's kind of a pain, honestly. Wish there was an easier way to do this. Double check everything now. All right. Yeah, so the population data doesn't exist at this point because everyone's dead, I think. But I thought we had this so that we put a null return. Check if army flees. So we were getting the average morale. This is in the battle control. In the battle. It's checking. Oh, right. We were passing in a hero, the army leader here. And so this is probably null because the person's dead. And then this is null. So what we could do... I wonder if... oh man, it's going to be kind of hard to test this because we have to die. Somebody has to die and we need to win, or they need to run away or something. So let's test this, or attempt to. I think last time I actually hired some subordinates and that's how we won the war. So we're going to do that. Let's speed up time. I got to remember to unspeed up time. We also need to see Godot in the background here so that we can see the heirs. What do we got going here? You just recruited somebody? Yeah, we set up a way for these things to be done differently, so we'll be changing that around as we stumble across them. Let's take a look at the population here. They're under service. They have to be in service to move with the hero. I see 3 people in service, and I think that's how many I hired. So let's declare war on these people. And then let's move in here. Whoa, I forgot to slow down time. But we won. And we should have captured this county. So this is the thing that I thought we were going to work on last time, but then we ended up getting sidetracked about the events. It's all coming back to me here. So we won, and I guess we killed that person. Yeah, we won. We killed that person. We've been killing people too. It's too easy to kill somebody. We need to turn that down. Much farther down. I actually saw a Reddit post. They were talking about, you know, there's this statistic of like 1% of gunfire is actually hit somebody or something like that in wars. So we're gonna have to test this again, but in the meantime, let's fix that county capture thing. So the county dictator. So what you got to figure out what is. One of these is not getting used, and we were fucking around with it a little bit, and then we got sidetracked with the thing. So let's see, in this particular case, yeah, we have this new event bus. I don't know if I like the bus term. So we're ending the battle. All these have in battle. Battle, army, county, capture. What does this do? We have in battle in here twice. That doesn't seem right, because we have it here, and we also have it in that other spot. And then we have a defending army, county capture. That doesn't seem right either. So yeah, we have in battle here, army flees. So in this particular case, we got to go through the logic of how this works. But this is definitely... let's take out in battle, because I don't think we need it. Does that really say let's move this over here too. Does this really say county control? Yeah. So let's get that out of there. So all we're doing here is we're getting the faction. This is going to be attackers faction data, and then capture county. This defending army, if I remember correctly, is to get the actual ID of the... Did we get this capture county thing? No. Okay. So one of these things is missing a capture the county if we kill the person. If the person is killed... So we got to go back in time a little bit here. What do you have a line under you? Possible null reference. Yeah, I remember. Okay, someone is killed. We do this whole... This is like a lot of work for one dead person. Death by combat. We did that. We unspawn their tokens. We did that recently. I think that's all set up. I think we went through and fixed everything, or double checked everything. So if the battle control, this is the thing. No, it's not. Battle control, let's jump to here. Okay, check if an army is destroyed. This is where we need to set up if we want or not. Oh yeah, so here we are. We put a note in for this. And then if the attacking, we end the battle, and we put in this bus thing. This new publish. Oh yeah, and we have these event things. Yeah, that's going to be interesting when we start using that more. I'm still concerned, because every time I've messed with events, later on they cause some other issue, and then I have to get rid of them. So I'm wondering if that will happen. So if the defending is faction, we post... I thought we had a thing. We don't. All right, well, let's not mess with that right now. I was thinking, I thought we had a thing that we had to check if it was the players inside this publish thing. Because we don't want to publish it. Well, don't worry. Let's not worry about that. Let's put a note in, actually, for that event bus thing. I don't know where to put it. We'll put it over here for now. Have a check for when to post the events in the event bus. For example, if it is a player event, it needs to check to make sure it posts that. I want to do the events where you can adjust them. Like if you don't want to see certain events, you can turn them on and off. So that's going to be part of it too, which I think we'll need in the event bus there. Yeah, my brain is still not working that great. So okay, so we in the battle. We do this. Let's put the captured county at the top here. And above this thing, because we might, whoops, above this thing, we might want to add more things to this. Yeah, I think it would look better if it wasn't, if this is a player thing. Like if event is true, whatever, we would do it in this publish thing. But my worry is that it'd be firing all these events all the time and you wouldn't get them. But maybe we want that to happen. I don't know. Okay, so with this, so we're still in the battle control. So we've won if we've destroyed the enemy army. Man, this is just bringing back other memories from last weekend where we're gonna redo how this army stuff. We'll do this and then we'll fix it later. We're just gonna set myself up for. What are we returning true here? What is this thing? Okay, I see. Okay. All right. So where was that is the county dictator has, where'd you go, county dictator? I'm gonna put you over here too. Token movement. Oh, because sometimes you move and there's nobody there and you just capture it. Okay, so we should be able to, this is a static one. So can we just go county dictator dot capture county. Why are you? But we need in here, we need the location, but we have that. Oh, no, we don't, because the Joker, how's it going? You know, I played that Pokemon Go for a little bit years ago. I feel like it was like 10 years ago. It was not very fun. Remember when that was all the rage? Like everyone was like going into parks at night. You'd see some stranger in the fucking bushes in a park at 2 in the morning, and you thought they were gonna rob you, but it was Pokemon Go. I remember this is kind of coming. You never had any data on your phone. You had to focus on life. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous, Joker. So we added something to battle here. Oh, we have battle location. We've always had that. Wonder why I was passing in the defender's name then. Because we don't need that. We can just do battle. Oh, maybe we didn't have the battle location or something. Or the battle, I mean. Location dot county ID. D. There's no. What is this thing? This is a county data. Does a county data not have a county ID? County ID. Team Rocket. Your phone company forced you to have data. I remember that when that happened to me. That was like years ago when that happened to me, where they were like, "Yeah, we don't offer normal. You got to pay for data." Um, why is nothing populating? Normally, it gives me a suggestion of the options. What is it? Alt space. It's right there. Comma. Then we need, what is this other thing? The attacker's faction. So for that, in this case, we're going to be able to go do it. I think I added something. I did. It's the attacker's faction ID. Perfect. So we can go, I think this is, I do this every time. Get, yeah, why is nothing getting suggested? Get, maybe it's not in there. Maybe it's an auto get. No, it's right here. No, that's the wrong one. But it still should have suggested that. I think that's under actually faction data. Faction data. So this gray thing is their whatever. It's not the, why is it not suggesting stuff? I mean this suggestion is their like AI thing, their IntelliSense or whatever they call it. This isn't the thing where, you know what I'm talking about, where you type things and it gives you a list of, and it's not alt, it was control space. No, what did I just did it a second ago, but I usually don't have to manually shift space. Now nothing's coming up. Oh, I got some dinging going on. This, but normally it automatically does that. Or my brain's broken. Battle dot attacker. See, it's not this gray thing though. I mean, that's it. Some like suggestions thing has been turned off. Let's save this and reopen this. What is this other thing that it was asking me for here? Let's actually update it. I turned all this shit off, and then it just automatically turned it on again. I don't know if it was this auto update button. They tried for years to get you to update your plan. They straight up said the bill would, so that's what they did to me like years and years ago. Oh, you were on a $15 plan. Yeah, I think mine's like $100. I don't know what that is in Canadian dollars though. Okay, let's restart the IDE. I did not restart my computer. Oh, I did drop my keyboard last night too. I wonder if it's related. In maple money, it's like $1 million. Yeah, but the maple money, doesn't that come from the maple tree? You just cork it. You know what I'm talking about? Well, I'm sure your phone company is Canadian. Well, I guess I'm not sure about that because it's a cell phone company. You know, when I was in Montreal 30 years ago, they had their phone company was Canadian Bell, and so that was like a part of Ma Bell that was broken into pieces, and it surprised me that there was that Canada was included in the Ma Bell thing. You don't have unlimited data, so I'm on an unlimited data plan. I actually think it's $85 a month, but every once in a while it will say I've used up all my data, and it says like, you have unlimited data, but you use too much, so we're gonna throttle you. And I'm always like, doesn't feel unlimited to me. Okay, so let's put in, maybe my memory is just broken. Defenders faction dot It no, it's supposed to suggest stuff, isn't it? Is my memory broken? It is. Writer not suggesting stuff. Not code completion. Is it code completion? It's it's the equivalent of IntelliSense. It's a branch of Telus. I wonder if you guys broke up if you guys went the same time the U.S. went to from government-run phone companies to I have a whole story about this. So when I was a kid, I was like 16 or something. I had a phone line in my room for a BBS that I ran, right? And I paid my parents through doing extra chores, and it was like $10 a month, and it was Pac Bell. So it was part of the government-run phone company. This is for landlines, obviously, not for cell phones. Cell phones weren't really a thing; they were barely a thing then. So I had a phone line for $10, and I was like, man, I cannot wait until Pac Bell is taken out of business, and it will be put into private companies will run the phone company. I was like, I cannot wait, because what's going to happen is that the minute they get rid of Pac Bell, there'll be multiple companies competing for my $10 a month line, and so that will drive the price down, right? Because that's how business works. Is you have multiple companies competing for your money, so it drives the price down, right? So I was like, I could not wait, and I was just like, oh man, it's gonna be like $2 for a phone line. I'll have to do extra chores and shit. And so it finally happened. They got rid of it, and my phone bill went up to like $30 a month. And they put it. The reason is we have to build a bunch of lines, and I'm like, the line to my house is already fucking there. And they're like, no, we need to build a bunch of lines. And it completely cured me of any libertarianism that I had in my soul. Immediately, I was like, nope, this is all bullshit. Because it was a lie. It was a lie. They just ripped us off. The second they were like, nope, we have to build more lines. And so you have to pay for it. I'm like, the line's already here, man. And yeah, it's just made up bullshit. It would have been better if we were still Pac Bell. Probably too, because it was, Pac Bell specific Bell. Probably would have been the same phone company if I would have went from California to Oregon. But yeah, so originally there was Ma Bell that they broke into the little pieces, and then they were like, well, eventually we're going to break that into, private companies. Because America, capitalism. So editor inline completion, uncheck. I swear to God, settings. Something has changed. Maybe I turned it off? Editor. Inline. Completion. Why is this? I guess that's where inline is. I can't read that. That is too small. I need glasses quite badly. Synchronize, inline, and pop-up. What does that mean? Go to code completion setting page to just look up completion settings. What is going on here? When enabled, inline completion will be shown in the pop-up completion list to avoid shortcut conflicts. What the fuck is that? Is my memory just wrong? I feel like that it used to before when oh, now it's back. I didn't do anything that time. Right? I didn't do anything that time. I don't know what was going on there. Okay. So this should be captured county. And then we publish this. We do need another thing, that is publish battle loss player log event. What does this say? Well, that doesn't help me. I should put a... Oh, that's actually an idea. You're like, what do you... You didn't say anything. You just said, oh. What we can do... Wait, let's go to our event bus. No, let's not go to our event bus. How does this shit work? Right? If we go... We publish this, but then, okay, so this is... I gotta remember how events work. So this is how they work. We fire this event, and then there's things that can subscribe. So the things that are subscribed is not open. Okay, so let's open up what subscribed to that, which is our event. And it's now called a player log, and actually, I think it is open. It's right here. Yeah, so this thing subscribes, and then we put in this text. So my thought just now was, is what if we put this text inside this event? You hear that? What? I don't have a notification for YouTube. Is that what you're talking about? So we put this inside. Well, what is this event actually used for? So this event is called Army Lost Player Log Event. You're telling YouTube people to subscribe. How many times can you say subscribe in 30 seconds? It's, I guess twice. Okay, so let's think about how this event works. So this event is very specific. So we could put this string inside. We could put this string, and then inside this thing. And the reason why it made me think about this was or why we would do that is because when I went to here, I wasn't sure what this did. But if I went in here and the string was in here, I would know. And we actually wouldn't need it in the constructor either, because it never would be changed. I wonder if that's the way... Where's Critter? Where's Critter when I need him? He'd be like, no, don't do that. Do this other weird thing. Make sure you put an... he would say, put an interface in there. Oh, there he is right there! Critter, I have a question for you. Can you write my game for me? That's my question. No. Okay, so I had a thought here with our event that we made the other day that you helped me with. So I have, like this is the player log is printing this out, and I happened to go here because I was like, because I was moving something around, and I was like, what does this actually do? What does it say? And it doesn't say what this does, and I was thinking maybe I should be putting this part in this public class with the string in there, because this is very specific. This event is very specific for, this is the player log event of the Army Lost. And even if it wasn't that specific, we could still have the string in there without you wouldn't ever change. And you just could not, you don't have to use this string, you know what I mean? Like, so it would be like all of the information for this event would be in this event, if that makes sense. Not here. So we would just pass in the string. Like, so it would look like this. You'd make it less specific. So when I was looking at this, I was like, I bet you this is not supposed to be this specific. This is just supposed to be an army was lost, and then like you use that for a bunch of different things. And it just happens to be that I made it very specific. And this was the same thing. Yeah, exactly. This is the same thing. I made it very specific, but in reality, it should be less specific, but no string in there, huh? It's just the thing is, I guess if I always know it's going to be in here, this is just going to be a huge list of logs, basically. Just like a bazillion methods. I mean, that's not going to change. Oh, you're saying player army lost. So I think I'm going to do that differently. I think I'm going to have it, because I want you to be able to subscribe and unsubscribe to events like CK3, since we were talking about CK3 yesterday, or any of those games. What else? The code? Well, there's like 50 of them. There's like 50 things. There's combat. There's hit points being shot. Not for this, but there's going to be hundreds of things, of events. Basically, this thing is going to fill up quite quickly. That's why I want you to be able to adjust these. Just like pretty much every game has now, but Paradox, I think, started that, where you can adjust the events. Like, if you don't give a shit about the learning event, you just turn it off. So there'll be another method in here where it checks that. Like if your thing is turned on, I gotta skip the song. All right, so I'm gonna make that less specific. Thank you. And I know you guys can't hear this music. I'm going to not only skip the song, I'm gonna pick a whole different album. Okay. Next. What are we doing? We got to go back to here. Why was I going here in the first place? I was looking, because I wanted to see what this was actually saying, like what its text was. So it just says lost a battle. So we do need another one that is, so what we'll do is we're going to have another county captured one. So we're going to go over here. We're going to go get this out of here. We're going to go back to our new thing we made last week. And did the time change in the UK, Critter? Do you guys do the time change thing? We're going to create a new. This is going to be county capture event. We're going to create that. He goes, yeah, no, wait, your time changed too, Joker? I thought it was there was a thing. In Oregon, they voted to not change the time anymore. They were like, this is fucking stupid. Let's stop it. And then I guess there was like, cool, you guys voted to do that, but it doesn't work like that. So, yeah, I think that's how it happened. They said it's cool that you guys voted for that, but it doesn't work like that. So we're going to need, this is a public class, not a node. And we're going to need the, what did we pass in for these? I'm just curious what, yeah, they're just strings. Oh, we pass in a battle. It can happen without a battle, so let's do an int captured county ID. Oh, we need the constructor. We'll come back to that though, because we might need to add some more things. But I think this is all we need. We need a namespace. And I guess we don't need any Godot up here, and we need a space. And I think this is all we need. I think this is it, so I guess we will. What was that hotkey last time? Alt period? No. Now we have to go through this whole thing here. All right. And then we go to here, and it says, make this a primary constructor. Once again, I don't fucking know. All right, so then let's go back to our player log. We're going to... Actually, you know the way we could do it? Okay, I'm going to put a note in here. The way we could do this is that it only subscribes to events that the player is a part of, or when we put in the player, come on fingers, player log suggestions or editable, selectable events comma, I need a comma over here. It would only subscribe to those events. Okay. So then back to here. Private void handle county captured. And then we're going to pass in, yep. Then we're going to do this thing. And then we're going to get the county data. Equals get. That was in globals for some reason. We need to move this shit to it so it's all the same. I saw it. See, now this thing's working. I don't know what was going on there for a second. Did I make this private? Where the fuck is that thing? I sure did. And why are you O? Okay. Yeah. You want to, whoa. You want a lowercase d here. Not a big fan of that, but whatever. Berserker, how's it going? We're just talking about the time change. Did the time change wherever you are, Berserker? There we go. Then we're going to go add log. And then we're going to go county data. We're going to get rid of this whole thing. Do we? We do. But let's do it. Let's do it. We are going to want to know the faction. This is going to fire after it's been actually captured with the code or whatever. So we can do this a couple of ways here. So we will go, I don't think I have a get county name. No. Let's do this thing back over here, but we're going to put in a new phrase of, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. was captured by. That's not going to work. I can't open that way. Got to go over here. Got to open it this way. What the fuck is going on now? It thinks my CSV should be open with Notepad all of a sudden. What the fuck is going on with this? The auto thing wouldn't work earlier. I should have restarted my computer. Maybe I opened a CSV for work or something. I'm doing. It's not gonna be like Civ. It's gonna be more like a Paradox game. Is it running right now? Right now, I'm just doing Oregon, and so it's gonna take place in it takes place in North America, and it's post-apocalyptic, as if the world ended, right now. And so I just have Oregon and one county in Washington as test ones. And so we're going to do all in North America. And if my big worry is performance at the end of the game. You know how a lot of, especially I have Victoria 3. On this computer it's probably fine, but on my old computer, when you get towards the end of Victoria 3, holy shit, it grinds so slow. So my fear is that if I did the whole world, it would, in my lack of experience of making a game, I'm assuming that the performance will be bad, so I don't want to do the whole world and then have a really slow game at the end. So I'm just doing North America. That will reduce the number of counties. And let's say it runs great for the whole thing. Then we'll add South America in there. And then let's say it still runs really great. Then we'll add whatever, Africa. And then let's say, well, probably wouldn't want to have just Africa because it would be a weird shaped map. But you get what I'm saying. Yeah, so we'll do North America first. And if it runs well, then we'll keep adding from there. Also, it's going to be kind of a significant amount of work. But yeah, right now. And then, so the idea is that a plague happened. This was not inspired by COVID. So everyone's dead except for a very few number of people. So we're keeping track of every person in the world. And that's kind of, every person who's alive. That's kind of also going to be a lot of work for the processor, I think, at some point. I don't know if we have, and right now I'm trying to do localization at the same time, as I go along instead of wait till the end. So that's what we're doing right now is I need a phrase here. Phrase county captured, and then we'll say county captured, I guess. I was thinking that I was gonna do it differently. I'm in Oregon. That's why I picked this. I do not speak Spanish, but I grew up in San Diego, so that's the language that I would say I know the most. I'm putting that in quotes because I only know 6 words of Spanish. But so I'm doing Spanish as the test language for my localization. But the problem is it's not Latin American Spanish, which is what I would prefer. It's Spain Spanish, and I couldn't pick Latin America Spanish for some reason. And I looked at how to add it in, and it was a pain in my ass. So. So there we go. And I'm using Excel Translate. So it's probably going to be bad in the first place. So I'm going to need to get a real Spanish speaker to go through and update these at some point. And we'll have to do another, so with Godot translations, you just put the code at the top, and then you just add in all of the translations, for the language code. So I'm trying to make it easy to start or to continue to add languages later. But this first one's probably, there's probably some Spanish speaker out there right now who's like, that doesn't make any sense. So let's see. I don't think we want to do this in the middle, actually. What we want to do is actually have the faction at the beginning. And probably, well, let's see. So if we say the shitbirds, you're from Chile? Yeah. So, well, whenever I'm done, help me translate it to Latin American Spanish. So let's see. So it's going to be like the shitbirds captured. We just need a word, actually. We just need the word captured. We don't need this. We just need a word. Except I don't think it's going to work that way. So if we do shipbirds county name captured, that's what we'll do. Captured. And I assume, yeah, it blows my mind that Latin American Spanish is not in Excel already, because I looked it up one day and it's like the number of Latin American Spanish speakers is 10 times the number of Spanish speakers or something like that. Okay, so then we'll go back to this. We'll copy this. And so we're going to rearrange this whole thing. This is going to be, we're going to need a faction up here. Well, it's the name of the county so the shippers captured Portland or whatever. Faction data is going to equal, this one's under faction, yeah. And then we're going to go county data, yep. And then we're going to go down here and we're going to go faction data get, no, this is, we can just get the faction name straight. And then we're going to go, I don't like any of this right now. We're going to get, we're going to go squigs, county name, and then we're going to do this, and then we're going to do this translation. Whoops, I hit copy, not Control V. And now I don't like that this is all lowercase. And then we'll get rid of this dog shit at the end here. Period. Periods work. I guess that's fine. All right, I guess that's fine. All right, then we need to have this subscribe. Event bus, subscribe. This is going to be capture, county capture event. And then we're going to do, yep, exactly like this. So we have this subscribe now. We need to fire it over where it happens, which is this. Events, oh my God. Bus, publish, but we're going to put in here. Let's not put this here. Actually, well, I'll finish writing it, but let's county captured. We're going to move this into capture county. So I guess we'll cut this. So this will, man, we really need that thing to check if it's a player thing in a different spot, because it's kind of lame. Capture county. We need it right here. Have you considered a player log event class? Add a string for the message text and an enum for the type of event so it can be turned off. Well, that's what I was just talking about with the subscription. Like, couldn't we do that with? We could only subscribe to the ones we needed. And we could unsubscribe from them because there should be so many events firing all the time. Instead of like checking. So instead of subscribing to all the events and then checking if they're like a player event, we could just subscribe only to the ones that we wanted. So county, looking at what we got here. So we're going to want to do, we're going to want to get a, we have a faction, right? Convert faction ID to faction data. Losers faction data, we don't want that. We want, what do we got down here? Winners faction data, where are we getting that? Where's my winners faction data? Is it like, oh, we're passing that in? Okay. Well, all right. No, that's fine. I don't know why I'm laughing. It just seems crazy that we're passing this in and not passing in the other thing. So if, and this is the, see, I don't like this, what I'm doing right now, is player, then we are firing the event. So I think what we'll do is we'll have to change how this works. We'll change it so, yeah, we're only subscribing to events if the player is involved right now, but we need to set up some sort of way to turn it off because it already annoys me, and I'm the developer, all of these scavenging skills checks. And so I want we're going to have, that's going to be a whole like months of work though, because since I only work on the weekends. So we need this thing to check if it's a player. We can go back to this, wherever this was, and then we can publish. Yeah, then we'll publish this. Oh, is it still on my clipboard or did I fuck it all up? No, I did not fuck it all up. What do we need in here? We just need the county ID. So we have that right there. I think that's all we need. Yeah. That suggestion has been bad today. KD. There we go. So it's going to fire that. It is a little tedious. Aldous, how's it going? Thank you. I'm hoping, 5 years from now, I release the updates every time I push a main, I put it on GitHub. It's free, it's open source, but it's not really playable. And the last one I released, I had all these like cheats turned on. So it I think it's GitHub. The whole explanation GitHub. So there's basically all these things I had for testing turned on. So I think if you were to play it, you would always win. But there was also broken stuff. So, I mean, it's not that it would be fun either. It wouldn't even be fun. Oh, no, GitHub. Let me see. I'll check stream elements. I haven't logged into that in so long that I'm curious if it is busted or what my commands are. Chat commands, custom commands. Oh, I only have one. I don't have a custom GitHub one. What does it do? let's see, how do here's my add a new command. Command name, GitHub. Everyone. Here is my GitHub. And then let me grab this thing. Let me grab my GitHub. Probably want the whole thing. And activate command. All right, I think it is now working. Let me test it. I don't think it would work on YouTube still, though. There we go. All right. Tried pushing code but the state of published. You had to you had to delete the cache, man. I guess if it's just that one thing. All right. Well, now we need to capture. I think I have 2 spaces in there. We don't want that. All right. So that is. Yeah, I think the best way to do it, honestly. So when does this run though? This runs on ready. So we would have to change it so that it's subscribing and unsubscribing dynamically. Just gonna throw that word in there, and barely means anything these day and age. Everything's dynamic at this point. So basically, we would have it so when a battle starts, it would check. For example, this is an example. So if a battle starts, it would check to see if the player is involved, and then if it is, it would subscribe to the events. Like, we would have to do something like that. I wonder if I have in my project here I bet you I do have an events thing, and we should put that in there because I think that's a much better, because there's gonna be like hundreds and hundreds of events. Especially, yeah, story events. No, that's a different thing. Those should also be events, probably, though, too. Because we're going to have, I'm calling them butterfly events, or basically when you... So I play this game Dominions, which this game is also inspired by. In Dominions, you get these they're purely random events, and sometimes they're like game-ending random events. And that's one of the things I don't like about Dominions is the game-ending random event. Like, you can turn 2, you like turn-based. Turn 2, you get some random event and it destroys your run. And if you're playing multiplayer, you got to tell your friends, "We got to restart. I got this event that just wrecked my whole shit." We're gonna rename this. And so I want to have how my events, the random events, kind of grow and change over time. And so also so let's say everyone's picking the whatever kill everyone response to random events. It would change how the random events go for the whole world. And the chances of other random events showing up. I would like this to be called player log now, because we renamed it. And then we need to then we will just add in here probably should have it so that the events, the player events, are only subscribed to when it involves the player. instead of subscribing and checking if it is the player all the time. Hopefully that makes sense to me in 6 months. Probably will not. I'm going to take a break here in a second, too. All right, so we have the county captured. We put in the county captured thing, so the county should be captured. And we should get this, and this has 5 uses, so this should fire every time. I guess we'll run a quick test. I don't know if I think the cheat's on, but I don't know if we'll get bugs, but we'll also be able to test that one bug, which we didn't do anything for. Let's get some subordinates. 4 sounds good. I gotta remember to slow this down. We need another event, honestly. That's when a person has, see, all these events just fill your shit up. When a person has gone into service. All right, 26 days should be fine, right? Service. That looks good. Slow down time. Pause it again. Diplomacy. Declare war. Did we fix this? I thought I fixed this. I guess it's in English, so we wouldn't be able to tell. We have declared war. We're going to war. 16 time is a little fast. But I guess we need that for later. Okay, so we killed that person. They were destroyed. We captured the county, and we got a bug. And it tried to... What is this bug? All right, I'm going to copy this bug. And we will check it out when I get back from break here. We'll make it big. Do tick. Not a big fan of that name of that method either. All right, I'm going to take a quick break. I will be back in less than 5 minutes, and then we will look at this bug here. I'll move it right there. And now I got to pause my music that you guys can't hear. Whoops. I muted my music instead of pausing. There we go. I'll be right back. I am back. And we still have some issue here with someone is killed. Huh? Wonder if we're checking this like after the person's dead. But it did croak here. It's saying this line. Our county capture worked though. All we had to do is uncomment it. So if that guy's dead, it's almost like his token is not equal to null. So wait, it nulled out before that? So wonder why. So this is... So we got a 139, huh? So I could put the little question mark in there, but so what happened here? So the dead person was a hero. I didn't check if he had any subordinates, but so wait, it's an else. So no, he wasn't a hero. No, we're in this else. No, what is this? So this checks regardless. It tries to... What the fuck does this do? I think that's just in the wrong place. So this is if he's a hero, and it's checking if the count is higher than 1. All dudes left over become MIA. Then after this, it checks. So it already did this stuff. It tries to move him. There wasn't another hero, so that wouldn't work. Then it does this. If this guy... Spawn token button. Hero token doesn't exist. Why doesn't the hero token exist? Because there was a button for him. It's gone now because he's dead. So it already unspawned him, the token. Did we have it in like 2 spots? We're spawning a token there. I wonder if we have it in 2 spots. Like here. No. What does this say? Gained? Gained. Nope. I bet you we're... Oh, that could be off. I bet you we're unspawning this guy twice. We can go to token movement. Do I have that open? No. Let's go back to this. Not there. Battle. Token movement. And we can see there shouldn't be that many unspawn of... no, it's token spawner. It's the token spawner. Where are you, token spawner? Token spawner. We only have 2 uses of it, so it's not. He hasn't already been unspawned then. So why is there no dead person? Someone is killed. Find which army the dead person is in. Determine the corresponding MIA list. See if the dead person is a hero. Add as many subordinates to the next. So where is this? It only has one usage. So how did this not get the person? Oh, you know, it could be that their hero token doesn't exist. So when we spawn the person, though, when we spawn the button, do they get a hero token every time? I don't know what this stuff is. Look at all this shit. This is some old code. Yes. They get a hero token right here. Regardless if global hero token, spawn hero token. Wow. We have a lot of GD prints for this. Token spawner, nothing. What would this thing say that says token spawner and it has nothing in there? Token spawner. Unspawn. Unspawn spawn token buttons count. One. Okay, so we've queue freed. This goes in a very specific order. You gotta like queue free each thing. But this is happening 139. This is happening before we unspawn it. Why would the hero token be non-existent? It's gonna be hard to test this. Hero token. 1 of 3. Start move. Is retreating. We need to change that from a bool to an enum of what their shit is. I guess I'm gonna put a breakpoint on here. Actually, let's put it right here. And then we'll test it again, but it's gonna be hard to test, like I said. And then what was our original error? Is it the same thing that we were gonna look at earlier? And I said it's gonna be hard to test. When an army is destroyed. This one's also missing the population data. I'm wondering if we're just like there's something else that's the order is wrong with this. Or our army isn't getting this is gonna be very hard to test because of we have to win or lose a specific way. So let's do this again here and see what this says. I should probably put a breakpoint where I took that breakpoint out. I should have probably I should have also started the game instead of loading it, but whatever. So we'll recruit 2 people, we'll speed up time. We'll check on them. It's been 7 days. Service. There's our 2 people. We're going to declare war. Slow down time. Go to here. You can get 10 people? Holy shit. Alright, so let's see what happens. We have a cheat on, so we always... Okay, so this guy's retreating this time, and it worked. So he didn't get killed. We need him to get killed. And so his token button should stay there. until he gets to here. And that worked. Without any bugs. We still gotta... this we just need to re-import the thing. What happens if we continue our attack here? They're gonna probably have many more people. Okay, take that back. They're having a hard time recruiting people. And I don't know if we'll win. Someone's gonna die here. Oh! Who's retreating here? Victor Smith is retreating back to a county. So that's broken. Let's there's something to yeah, we have to fix that. Enemy is retreating back to an already captured county. And we'll check that right now. This used to all work, but we have fucked with many a thing here since I wrote this code 500 years ago. So this is going to be army flees. Check if army flees. So the army wasn't destroyed. Then we're checking if the army flees. We're getting there. No, the army flees. So how are we doing this? Both have low morale, so only the attacker flees. Maybe we should change it. Maybe we change this later. So this one, we also are getting a lost battle thing. So what did we get? Did we get any notifications over here? Douglas has lost the battle. We're just using his first name. Douglas has lost the battle. Well, that event is lame. That's not... that doesn't say the right thing. And this is the wrong person. Victor Smith is... so we have all sorts of issues there. And it also, we captured the county when we shouldn't have, because Wayne Gonzalez is still here. Oh, and this guy's average morale is wrong. Does it say his average morale up here? Yeah, there's all sorts of issues with this thing. We just have to make the code better. We have to make the code stronger. More durable. This old code has all sorts of issues like that, where it's very fragile. Okay, so first things first, Douglas has lost the battle does not make any sense. So let's fix that. So if that should be already in our player thing, our player log. Has lost an army. Has lost a battle. Whoops. Player log. County name. Lost battle. We should probably change this lost battle. Let's sort our shit here. It has a header. We're going to sort it by column A and A to Z, and we're going to save it. And then we need has been completed, killed, promoted, has declared war, end war, hit, battle. Phrase battle log. Yeah, that should be a title. Lost battle. Has lost the battle. So this is why you don't use the English as your key. Because if you change something, you would have to go back and update the key everywhere. So lost battle. A battle. So that's gonna, it says we'll do faction, county. A battle was lost. I don't know if I like how that. Then we'll put a colon here, though. Definitely. There are 2 spaces. Then a space here. A battle was lost. Where did my shit go? No. I wanted to find the... Yeah, battle was lost. So then... See, we can't use an exclamation point. Because in Spanish, they put the exclamation point at the front and the end. So we can't use an exclamation point. So I guess we'll use a period. All right, so that's been fixed. Let's go back to our other issue, which was this guy's retreating. And his average morale is wrong. I think we're generating... So Wayne Gonzalez is correct. So we have all sorts of issues here. We'll be working on this for weeks. Okay, so first things first. Why is he fleeing to the wrong place? So I saw something about fleeing somewhere. Control F. Flee. Army flees. Last location equals... So we don't know if he hit random neighbor move or if he went to this. His last location should have been updated when we captured the county. So let's double check that. So that when we capture the county, it should make it so he can't go back. He can't go home. So where the fuck was that? That was under County Dictator. We have our published event. I don't see anything about... So it captures the county immediately, even though the person's moving. We also need to put in the in-between spots. How would the player select them, though? When I say in-between spots, I mean, so the way it currently works is the person stays, their token stays in the county until they get to their destination, but we're going to put an in-between thing. I was pushing that back because there's other issues with it. So capture county... Faction county, self, we change the color. Everyone in the population is assigned a new faction ID, and then we add this to there. Do we remove? We remove it first, so it's definitely been removed. How does this random thing work? I feel like this isn't our problem here. Army flees, random move. It gets the child. It gets the child for the county. Then we get the neighboring counties. And then find faction-owned neighbor county. What we're passing in the random person. And then we have some sort of thing. Where the county neighbors and the population. So we're just going to assume this works. Okay, yeah, we're checking to see if these things match, if their faction IDs match. If they're moved to random county, the faction ID could match if we haven't captured the county yet. So what order are we doing this in? So at the beginning, he's going to flee away from the one he was in. So this one, it shouldn't, as long as with the capture county thing worked, which it would, the color changed, and we did remove it from the original. Let's double check. Winning data is player. We publish that. Okay, if the equals 0, remove county from the county's from the losing county's faction data county list. So this is what we do right here. Okay, so that looks right. So what was the other possibility? So the random move thing seems like it should be working. So if the flee thing, I say it seems like it's working. Army flees. So let's say that this is working. That the last location is one or whatever. I don't think we're setting the last location. I think something got fucked up. With the last location. So army flees. Because he fled from that place that's been captured now. So we immediately capture the county. Where are we setting this to -1 is the thing. If we search for last location equals -1 right there. What is this? This is for county generation. What is this? This is DTO crap. What is this? Token movement. We set the last location. This is... I don't think we set this last location in -1 anywhere. According to this search. We only have 2, and they're both in population generation. So what's gonna happen is like the hero that is running away, I think this will be, yeah, this is 1. So this just happens to be 1. His last location is gonna be set to 1. So let's go back and look at this. So his last location is set to 1. And the retreating's last location is going to be, so it's going to be set, this county thing currently is set to a county that he can't go to. He can't retreat to. So let's see if we check for that anywhere. We do. We check for retreating last location's faction data. We're checking if it equals. So here we're seeing if they equal the faction hero. Let's see, make sure that this is the correct retreating hero faction ID. Okay, so then he's going to start moving to his last location. Otherwise, he's going to get a random neighbor move. It seems like this code isn't very good. But I'm curious. I wonder if I can save this. We probably got a bunch of errors. No heirs. I think we can look at his last things now. Did I really close the save data? It's kind of a pain in my ass to open. I did. All right. Let's see here. App data. You know what I need to keep double checking is if I get blurry. Occasionally my camera has been getting blurry just for no apparent reason. Godot, app users, 2D4X, save game. Why are you suddenly set to text documents too? Something weird happened here. Writer. Okay, what is this ding dong's name? This ding dong's name is whoa. Oh, it's been doing that too, where when I minimize something, when I click it again, it jumps to the other Victor Smith, the other window. See, it just did it again. So weird. Victor Smith. Here, I got a Victor. Here's a Victor Smith. What is your last location? Is hero. True. Last location is 2. Well, that was for somebody. Are we still on Victor Smith? Why are the last locations very far down on the list here? He's not dead. Okay, so wait. Last location is 2. Last location is 2. So that's this one. But when he started moving, what about Wayne Gonzalez? Whoops. Wayne Gonzalez, what is your... I saw -1, and I was like, oh, there we go. All these skills and stuff. Last location is also 2. So I was thinking maybe it's showing the wrong information on this tooltip. All right, we're gonna have to put in some. I have 1. So it worked once. It worked. He retreated to the right place the first time. Can I put in here? I might be random. Let's just run it again and see what issues we run into, because there's something weird going on, but obviously we're going to start a new one. We have a weird save there. All right, we want to win this war, so we're going to send 3 people in. We're going to go to here. We're going to sit with our thumb up our ass for a minute here. Okay, that should be enough thumb time. 1, 2, 3. And then we are going to declare war. And then we are going to move. We got to slow down time though. And Mosey sticks. Okay, he hasn't hired anyone, or she hasn't hired anyone. Let's see what happens. Is raising armies. Is raising armies. I haven't had one of those in ages. Okay, so this time we killed them. And there was no heirs, and we captured the county. So that seems to be working. I can't move to the next county though. Oh, because I don't have anybody selected. There we go. This was actually surprisingly useful there. That shows who you have selected. I had to put that in. So let's see what happens. Do you have any subordinates? No. You're bad at hiring subordinates. Okay, let's see what happens here. Okay, we killed that person too. We need to not be so successful in our murder. Oh, once again, this is unselected. Did I do that, or did it automatically unselect him when the battle was over? Maybe we need to do a battle where we don't win. Okay, we killed everyone, and that works. It works if you kill everybody. And that faction should now be destroyed. There's no way for us to look at the factions. Man, I actually remember watching that show on TV. And it was bad. That show was not good. I forget what it's called. Family Matters? No. And yeah, Urkel was the worst. I don't know how that became like a phenomenon. All right, well, the test is if we win all the battles, we kill everybody. That works. Let's make sure killed. Croaked. Okay, so has croaked. Do we have any reports over here of people we've been killing? We got to fix this recruiting thing too. Man, there's so many things to fix. Raising army. Do we want... Okay, so there's our... Harney has lost the battle. Oh, I didn't re-import my thing is why that's not showing the right text. It'd be nice if you could search these as well. Harney is this last one. Harney was captured. It's okay, so we have another issue here. So see where this one says Harney is captured or has lost the battle. They lost the battle multiple times. So it should have put a lost battle report here, above. This is weird too. So this should be lost. The battle should come before the thing is captured. Man, this is a whole clusterfuck here. This is all sorts of clusterfuck issues. Did you watch that show when you were a kid? Because I feel like that was a very long time ago. All right, let's go back to what's going on here. So we're checking if it's been destroyed. We're doing lost. Army lost event. So we aren't getting that event because we aren't getting this event because we didn't, it's not our army that was lost. So that's right. And then the battle lost event. AI Faction 2 has lost the battle. If Defender's Faction is player. Fresh Prince, yeah, Fresh Prince wasn't available on whatever channel I had. Full House was also awful. Yeah, I cannot believe how bad Full House is. Battle Battle lost player log event. So I'm confused why we saw this one at all. Because this one is not. Oh, is it because? Oh, I see what happened. So when we captured this thing, it suddenly, this one was. So we need to reorder this. Is Fresh Prince actually kind of okay? You know, I remember watching like a couple episodes of it, but not like Full House and Family Matters. All those like, so we only had 2 channels, and I grew up without a TV until I was like a teenager, and we only had 2 channels. All right, sorry, I had to change my music. Twin Peaks was huge. Twin Peaks was on there. What the fuck am I looking at here? Okay, so Capture County is running too soon. And maybe this is, okay, here it is right here. All right, so this thing, this Capture County needs to come after this. Is the whole problem there. That will solve that problem. That was easy. And then let's run another test. I might actually stop my stream earlier than normal today. I really, I either got to go back to drinking every day or not drink anymore. Like for days, my brain is not recovered. That was Friday night. It's Sunday, I think. Let's not hire anyone. Let's just straight up go to war and see what happens. We gotta spawn you. I was like, now it's broken. So we might get a bug here. This is gonna be closer to. Oh, okay. You see that? That was interesting. Purge. How's it going? You know, I haven't had like chicken tenders either in forever. Chicken nuggets or any of that stuff. I used to occasionally buy them and eat them, but all I eat is frozen pizzas these days. Let's see here. So that worked. It was weird that there was a slight pause that I could see. And this is actually in the right thing. We didn't get that. We didn't get the wrong thing. The extra defeated thing. So that makes more sense too. We're getting this. We captured this. We care about this one. We care about this one too. We're gonna have to rewrite or just move them to the new way, the new system. All right. So let's see what happens. And I think so. It is automatically unselecting this from me. I don't know how if I like that. I don't think I do like that. I'll try to pay more attention to when this well, unless he dies or she dies. So it definitely unselected this. Somebody is running. We won. Wait, what? Teresa Scott has been killed. Okay, so we have all sorts. This is all wrong. So Teresa Scott was that person's name. So they died, but they didn't have any people with them. Oh shit, they could have had people with them. Because the recruiting, they're still recruiting as they're walking around. Well, if this is ours, oh. Well, there's another bug. Jesus Christ, all of this code is busted as shit. We should be able to select these counties and click on them if we own them. There's all sorts of problems here. All right, let's record all of these issues so that I can remember next time. So we need to add a new one. When you capture a county, you still cannot look at the population who lives there. Man, all of this code is just fucking trash. I should just tear it all out. I was actually thinking about this week. I was like, man, some of this code is like, I'm definitely not going to restart the game. It'd take years to get back to where I'm at. But some of it literally needs just to complete like the event thing that we're doing with the player logs. Like, there's a way better way to do it, and now we're doing it the way better way, I hope. And it needs a complete overhaul. A lot of this stuff does. So we have multiple issues here. So one is we died. We still captured the county. Attacking hero died, but still captured the county. This is wrong. And maybe we can figure out, like I keep saying, like a more robust way to rewrite this combat code. Maybe we should just tear it all out and start from scratch. I mean, it's not the end of the world to do that. When I first started streaming and working on games and learning stuff, I would be very upset to have to tear everything out and start over. But now I've accepted it into my soul, and sometimes I actually like it. Yeah, I guess yes, they could have been a zombie, but they also disappeared, so there's no way to tell. I am going to put vampires in my game, but I'm a big vampire fan. But all those mods are outdated because CK3 just released that Asia update. The Game of Thrones ones. And so I went and I took a nap and then came back and I still, like, my brain isn't fully functioning. So I went back and played more CK3. It's I don't know. I feel like every update makes it less fun. I don't know what happened. Like, I feel like when it first came out, I actually liked it more. And I wonder if it's just because I've put so many hours into it. Like, it was more fun being a Viking and, like, going down and raiding and stuff and building up, like, a Viking empire and whatnot. And I even, like, I thought I started a game as Ulster because I was like, maybe I can get some of that fun back. You know, it's a tribal start in Ireland. And I played it for like 3 minutes, and I was like, I don't want to play Ulster. And then if it's like if the only fun nations to play are the Vikings, like what? I mean, it's got China in it now. And I picked Japan originally, and I was like, oh my god, this is like an administrative realm. It's so boring. Like, you just sit there. And my guy was an intrigue guy. So an intrigue guy in CK3, if you've never played it, is like a guy that's good at stabbing people in the back and murdering people. So that would work great for administrative, and I was just so boring. And I was like, I don't want to play this. So I just restarted as the Mongols, and the Mongols are kind of boring. How can the Mongols be boring? The Mongols used to be so great in CK2. You had all these issues, and yeah, you were fighting wars all the time. You were being Mongols, you know? All right, what the fuck am I recording here? So we have... Oh, we must have this in a second spot. And it's in the wrong order. Let's jump to here. Army county capture. We're jumping through. Yeah, we need to like strip everything down and then... All right, this is the same problem. We just need to move it below this. But there's more. But I do think I'm gonna I think I am gonna call it a day. I think we need to go back and start this combat fresh. And like the battle should be much less chaotic with all of these lists, or with this list that's weird, and maybe like a enum for what each person is, and just have one list, and like get rid of these attacking, defending MIA bullshit, and like really fill out this battle public class so that the battle public class has like all the information we need. And then we also can put all that fleeing stuff, we can move it out of the battle control. I know we moved a bunch of stuff, except it kind of works in the battle control. I don't know. Let's push this broken ass code over here. Broken ass code. We also could put in an event system in for the battles too. See, but this is the problem. Every time I learn something new, I overuse it, and then it causes me issues later, and I gotta go back and take it all away. So I'm reluctant to like jump head first into the event thing with that. I heard battle in the upper class. Public class. But yes, that too. Scrib, how's it going? We're going to push this code. So what did I do today? All we did is we discovered a shit ton of bugs. That's what we did. Commit and push. It's all bugs. And then let's see here. I guess we should raid someone. If there's somebody, I've become back to being like extremely picky about who I raid. It's just people. It's just people that I know, basically, that I'm friends with. I don't know if friends is the correct term. I don't know any of these people. I guess we are not going to raid anyone. I don't know any of these people. All right, so that's that then. You're just squibbing around. I am going to go take a nap. Thank you guys for joining me. I will be back next weekend. I just can't drink anymore. Like one Friday, I drank 6 tall boys of like shit beer, and 2 days of being destroyed after that. Just mentally fogged. All right. Thank you guys for joining me. I will talk to you next weekend.